We are back at week number 3.
Let's go.
And you know what rhymes with 3? James 3.
Oh, yes, it does.
Which
That's
is
good
where
rhyming.
we're going to read a Bible story.
Oh, come on now. And we're playing with don't know how to rhyme ping pong balls, but we're doing, which hand is it? Oh, this one. We're playing ping pong balls. Let's go.
Guys, we're back to week 3. We're so excited to have you here again.
Oh, yeah.
And this week, we're going to keep going with Wisdom 101, where we're going to be learning a little bit more about what is wisdom. And we're going to also learn about how to use your right words. I don't even know how to words it.
I like that.
But you know what? If I had wisdom, my grammar would probably be a lot better right now.
Well, you're going to be able to learn it from this episode. That's the best part. We're learning about words, the importance of words, and therefore using them wisely.
Because you know what, guys? Your words can hurt. And pretty badly, too.
They definitely can. Just... Your words can hurt, but it takes wisdom, just like it did from David last week, to show restraint and not hit the person back. So instead, we're gonna learn about our words instead of our actions this week and learn about how we can be wise with our words. And we got a challenge again,
Yes, sir, we do, and it's gonna be delicious.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
It's
In fact,
yummy.
it's such a good game. We've actually played this before. We played it for the littlies, but it is so funny. You definitely should check it
What a
out. It has got a
segue.
game, it's got a game, it's got another game, and it's super, super competitive.
I win it, so it's a good watch.
Okay,
It's a good watch.
maybe not. Maybe he's just pretending to spoil, but it's not a real spoiler.
Spoilers, I win it.
But we don't know who's won this Get It Done, so you gotta keep watching for that episode. But first, before all of that, before we get to the game, we've got one of the best parts. One of the best parts
of the episode.
What is the best part?
We are going to be listening to our preach part numero uno.
Uno. Let's go check it out. Pew!
Okay, so have you ever said something that you regretted? Something that you said it, the words came out of your mouth, and it's like slow motion. You realize as soon as you've said the words, shouldn't have said that, and you're like literally reaching, hoping to grab the words, jam them back in your mouth as if nothing had ever happened. And sometimes when that happens, we can do it in a way it's funny, but it's sad. But then there's other times where we say things that can be really hurtful to other people. So I remember one time, this isn't a hurtful one, it was funny, sad. I was invited to my friend's surprise birthday party. I'm sure you've already figured out exactly where this is going. I spilled the beans. And it wasn't even in an interesting, fun way. We were hanging out at school, we were playing soccer, we're eating food, we're doing our thing, and we finished lunch, we're walking back to our classroom. And as we're walking, I just said out of the blue, mate, I'm so excited for your birthday party on Saturday. And he's like, what birthday party? And you could see the blood drain from my face. My other friends who were there all looked at me and were like, Buckle, what did you do? And so I sort of spoiled the surprise. Now, we were a pretty tight group of friends and we didn't want to ruin all of the effort. So there was like 3 of us plus my mate. And we all agreed we're all going to pretend like that didn't happen. And my friend knew to act surprised. And so we got to the weekend and he walks into the room and everyone's like, surprise. It's like, whoa, this is so cool. And he, pretended so that everybody else wasn't aware. We all played along. But I just remember that feeling, or like that gut wrenching, I can't believe I said that. Like, usually you got a filter in your brain, right? And so these words, they're forming in the back of your head and they go through the filter and it's like, should I say these words? Are these words that I want to come out of my mouth? And sometimes in our immaturity and as we're growing, that filter doesn't work and we say things that maybe spoil a birthday party, or maybe we say things that we really wish we could take back. I remember I got into a fight with a friend once and it was really intense. And I'm not even going to repeat some of those things I said because they were so hurtful. They were personal things about his life that he'd been dealing with that I knew about because he trusted me. And then I brought them up as an attack against him, and I could see the brokenness I caused because he's like, only you know that about my life and now you're attacking me with it. I thought you were my friend. And instantly I say it and I'm like, mate, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I've said that. But once it's said, it's said. And so today I want to take a look at how important our words are, the words we choose, because I guarantee every single one of us at some point have said something we regret, something we wish we could take back. And the Bible actually talks about our tongue exactly on this point. It talks about the power that our tongue has. Like, people talk about physical strength, right? The muscles in your arms, the muscles in your legs, or that gray matter in between your ears called your brain, about how smart you are. But really, the Bible says life and death, either life or death, can come from the power of your tongue, where essentially the words have power. And so we're going to take a look at a passage in the Bible a little later on where one of the authors of one of the books in the Bible literally talks about this whole point, spends an entire section unpacking this idea. And we're going to learn that it's okay if you have messed up. God's got a plan for you, but we're going to learn what it is to appreciate and value the power that can come from our tongue, and that we should always choose life. But we'll talk about that in just a minute.
And it's game time, baby. Let's go. We've laid out our delicious peanut butter, beautiful white bread, and super nutritious breads on the table in a lovely 3x3. You may be sort of knowing, oh, I wonder what they could be doing. I think I've got it unlocked. You probably do. That's right. It is tic-tac-toe, noughts and crosses, 3 in a row, whatever you want to call it, challenge. Pete versus me. But there's a twist.
There is a twist.
What's the Pete? What's the Pete?
You might notice that the table's a little bit too close to us. We can just drop the ping pong ball, make it a little bit harder. We're going to throw the ping pong ball behind us.
Oh!
And have it land right there. That's my turn, baby.
Heck no.
Heck no.
Absolutely not. No way. That doesn't count.
Guys, if you're allergic to peanut butter, don't try this at home. Guys,
it's time to get it done. Bang. Oh, it's a shank. All right, I need a little stronger.
I already had my technique going. Ready? Ooh, okay, ready?
Ooh. Oh, that hit something. That was bad. That was bad. You got this, Pete.
It's the flick of the wrist.
To miss. Oh,
okay, I know where I'm going. All
right, straight in line. It's literally math. It's up and back. What a burger.
I'm gonna use Pythagoras' theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared equals win.
That's crazy.
Ooh.
No way! That literally hit the crust. The dirty crust. No one likes the crust.
Center board, baby. Oh, okay, that's all right. That's okay. We'll take it.
What is behind me? It's literally not bouncing.
You know what? Just to prove that Noah can do it, this is what I'm gonna do. Ready? You ready for this?
Ready.
That's crazy! Ooh, it's so close.
Comeback City's right here.
Oh. Okay, he's on the board. He's on the board.
Right here. Team Noah,
he's on
right
the board.
Here.
Kobe.
Thank you.
Oh.
And oh.
We're getting there. Oh! Nah, it's not gonna go anywhere.
This is it. Noah!
Oh!
Bang!
No! Oh, so whoever gets it first.
In a row, 2 in a row, 2 in a row, row.
Nah, this is it. Game time, baby.
An angle that way. My peeps out there that are going for me, for really me to get up 2-1, this is for you. Elbow in, around the corner, up and over.
Oh. That doesn't change much.
No, it doesn't, but...
This is it.
Oh. Yeah! Yes! Let's go! That's what I call a comeback, baby. That's what I call a comeback. Woo! Let's go!
You don't know what that's been, bro.
I don't know what...
Good game.
Thank you so much.
Good sir.
Oh,
that was
man.
incredible.
Holy moly. Hey, you may thought, wow, that was really good. These guys are really good. Wow, you guys just got it every single time. I'm not gonna lie, there's maybe a little bit of editing in between where there's a few gaps of misses. Not that many.
Game. For victory.
But we got it. I took the win. That's 2 to me. 1 to
That's actually a
Peter.
good game.
Let's go. And you know what's even better?
What's even better?
We get to learn about the Bible. And we get to learn about James 3. So let's go check that out now.
3 in a row.
Okay, so in the book of James in the Bible, in chapter 3, James actually writes out a few ideas about the power of the tongue. And just like Jesus used to tell parables to help portray an idea or a thought, James uses some really interesting mental images to help people understand the power of the tongue. And I've actually got the whole passage here. I'm going to read some of it out for us because I think it's sort of important. And he starts by saying, hey, look, not everyone should become a teacher, because as a teacher, as someone with like authority, where we're not just speaking to people, but we're speaking over their lives, there's a higher standard on the words that we need to use, right? And the thing is, we all make mistakes. We make mistakes with our words, and especially for those of us that are still maturing. And he even says that those of us that are fully mature, those are the ones who at least have some control over your words. And one of the pictures it paints is, have you ever been horse riding? It talks about a bridle. That's the bit of metal that would go into the teeth of the horse like that. And it would be used to steer the horse, to give it direction. The Bible says that the mature-minded person, it's like a bridle for your tongue, that you control what your tongue says. You control the direction of your words, whether they're words for life or words for death. It says in the book of Proverbs, like life and death is the power that is found in the tongue. And then it paints the picture of a ship. It's like, you see this massive ship, and back then they didn't have engines like we have now, right? There's these big sailing ships, big sails, heaps of people on it. And he says that this giant ship can be controlled by this tiny rudder comparatively. Like the rudder is a small part of a big boat, and yet that small piece determines the entire direction that that boat turns. And in the same way, the words we speak can determine the direction of our lives. And James goes on to unpack the destructive power that the tongue can have. He says, like, you think about the biggest forest fires that we've seen, well, they can start from the smallest, tiniest spark. Just the smallest spark can destroy an entire forest, in the same way that one wrong word said in a way that can bring damage and bring death instead of life can destroy people's lives. And so the Bible says, like, we can tame animals, we can tame pets. Like, I'm sure you've had a pet dog or a cat or a guinea pig. Well, a cat's hard to tame, fair. But you can tame an animal, but no one can tame the tongue, because our body, right, we're made up of the physical being, and then there's this spirit that lives inside of us. And that physical, the flesh part, the Bible says, always wants to be drawn to doing the wrong thing. And our tongue is constantly drawn to wanting to self-serve our lives and to put others down for our own benefit. And so as Christians, it's important for us to take charge of our words. And then he says something specifically, I think, for Christians, and it's this. You stand in front of people and say, I love God, I'm a follower of Jesus. But then you walk out the door and you use your words to tear people down instead of lift them up. And he's like, well, you can't get both fresh water and salt water from the same spring. Only one water comes out of that spring. And in the same way, how can we be saying we're Christians and followers of Jesus if then we don't use our words to uplift and instead we tear down? And so that's this whole point today, that it's the power of your words have a bigger impact on your life and other people's lives than you can ever possibly imagine. Final thought, and we're going to wrap up with this. In the same way that our words can impact other people, your words impact yourself. What are you saying about yourself? Are you saying, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I could never do anything amazing? Because that's not what God says. Or are you using your words to bring life to yourself? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I am a child of God. God does forgive me of my mistakes. I do have a second chance. I can do what God's called me to do. And so today I want you to take some time and think about, what words are you using? Choose words of life. Choose words that uplift. Choose words that build and don't destroy. Choose words of life.
Wow, what an amazing word. That's incredible. Just the power of the words that we say is incredible. Wow.
The word on words.
Words on words is crazy. James 3, what a great book. Who knew James 3 was such a good book?
Bro, honestly, I love James. One of the specific part which they highlighted in this preach was actually the fact that we talk about it as a rudder. I think it's an amazing metaphor for our tongues, that it is the smallest muscle in the body. It's one of the strongest muscles in the body, if you didn't know. But it is actually, like, it controls so much of what we do. It controls how we interact with people. It controls
how we think.
Exactly. There's so many things that align to our talk and our words, and they're so powerful. You can speak life over someone, we can speak, well, the opposite of life. So I would choose to speak life because it's just,
It's
that's
so
what
good.
wise people do.
And you know what? To speak life, congratulations on winning the game, Noah.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you for
Congratulations.
participating.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate your sportsmanship.
I really appreciate how you were willing to go 3-0 up and still let me win with a massive, enormous choke of the game.
So
But no,
we got more weeks to go.
We
have more weeks to go.
We got more things to learn about wisdom, and we got more fun to be had. So
Yes,
until
sir.
next time, I'm Noah,
And I'm Peter.
and we'll see you next time. It's gonna be like an audio thing. We'll see you next time, and then it's just you and me with a voiceover going like, on the title of the show, like as in whatever actually the title is.